Hello, Gillian Topa. My name is Greg Finan Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Topo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. This morning, I am your presenter here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media, and my name is Rekfina Courage Par. So I'm excited to be here this morning, knowing that today is Ladies' Night also, and we are gearing towards the Christmas Day celebration. Christmas Day is December 25th, and it's such a good thing to be here, to be able to bring innovation to broadcasting, to be able to educate our people on the happenings within our country, and a lot more. So this morning, I'm excited to bring to you new information relating to our country, Liberia. So varieties of newspapers in studio is Daily Observer, Front Page, Hot Pepper, New Down newspaper as well. So we will firstly take a break, and when I get back, I fill you in. But if you are celebrating your birthday today, make sure you make use of the comment section. Let me do a shout out for you. If you are celebrating your anniversary as well, make sure you make use of the comment section. Let me do a shout out for you also, and wish you all the best here on Focal Online TV. Please don't forget to share our live stream, and don't forget to wish someone a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Of course, may this new year and Christmas bring good tidings to you and your family. Stay with me as I'll be right back shortly.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Gillian Topa. My name is Greg Finan Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Topo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media here this morning with your presenter, Greg Financourage Bar. So, of course, I love to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. If you're watching from the diaspora, welcome to Foca Online TV. Foca Online TV is located in the Topo Village community along the Japan Freeway, and it's such an honor and a blessing to be here this morning to bring to you these informative information. So of course, Daily Observer newspaper has few stories, and we pick up two top stories from there. It says we are overturns Liberia's no vote on ceasefire in Gaza. We are overturns Liberia's no vote on ceasefire in Gaza. So the news says, in the wake of the bold stance taken by Liberia as the only African nation to vote against a ceasefire in Gaza at the United Nations General Assembly UNGA on December 12, President George Manuel Weah has demanded that the vote be rescinded on grounds that the earlier decision runs contrary to an intervention he made in the matter as head of state, as well as to his personal stance as a peace advocate. In a release issued on Tuesday, December 19, the Liberian Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism announced that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had been mandated by President Weah to rescind Liberia's negative vote of December 12, 2023 at the United Nations General Assembly that rejected resolutions A/ES 10L.27, protection of civilians and upholding legal and humanitarian obligations, ceasefire in Gaza. The Liberian Foreign Ministry has therefore ensured that reversal of the negative vote through the appropriate channels or at the UNGA and register a new vote in favor of a ceasefire in Gaza, thereby joining the 153 countries that had earlier voted in favor of the resolution for a ceasefire in Gaza war, the release said. In his mandate to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, President Weah made it emphatically clear that he has always stood on the side of peace across the world and has spoken of its indispensability at several international meetings and assemblies, including the United Nations General Assembly, as well as through diplomatic engagements. The debate over the war in Gaza has turned the global debate on tourism on its head, with many opting to giving priority to the escalating humanitarian crisis over any consideration of military force. However, Israel, which was attacked by Hamas on October 7, saw 1,200 people killed and around 240 kidnapped. Because of this, Israel has resolved that it will not stop its military campaign until it eradicates the Palestinian group Hamas, which controls Gaza. Over 100 hostages reportedly remain in captivity in Gaza. We now transition to another headline under the Daily Observer newspaper. It says Inauguration Steering Committee releases itinerary. Inauguration Steering Committee releases itinerary. So the news in details. The National Steering Committee for the inauguration of President-elect Joseph Yuma Boakai and Vice President-elect Jeremiah Pankun has announced the itinerary of activities leading up to and including the inaugural ceremony. The inaugural ceremony in Sari, scheduled for January 2022, January 22nd, 2024, on the grounds of Capitol, the seat of the National Legislature. The inaugural program will be preceded by several events, including a prayer service in the Benson Street Mosque on January 19 and a youth concert on January 20. A release from the Subcommittee on Media and Communications, signed by its chairman, Jonathan Blake Lyatt, says an intercessory service will be held in the Ever Baptist Church in Pinsville on January 21, beginning at 10 a.m. The January 22nd swearing-in ceremony will be followed by a presidential luncheon at a venue to be announced. Other details and event marking the inauguration will be made known to the public in the coming days. Secretary and logistical arrangements, as well as protocols for the smooth execution of the inaugural ceremony, are being concluded among committees responsible. Meanwhile, the National Inaugural Steering Committee will hold its maiden press conference at the Ministry of Information on December 21 to brief the public on progress being made thus far. The national chairperson of the inaugural committee, Miata Fambule, will lead a team of committee chairpersons to the press briefing. Representatives of media institutions are expected to be seated by 10:30 a.m. The committee expressed gratitude to Liberians offering their service for the successful holding of the inaugural event, including those involved in massive cleanup exercise in Monrovia. So the committee now is saying thank you to those who were hardly involved or who are hardly involved in the massive cleanup in our country, Liberia. So yeah, I think this is a great step because from the onset of things, I did not see any message of gratitude to these people, and it's fortunate for me today that I've seen and I understand that the Unity Party, the ruling party, come January, is looking their way as well. So it's a plus for you out there who think that, oh, this thing we are doing is not real. The people don't have time, or just we're free. No. But the fact that they have recognized your effort and they are saying thank you for your massive cleanup exercise. This means that you are being mentioned in some discussion and your contribution to society in terms of a clean and safe society is much appreciated. So we move over to the Newtown newspaper. Supreme Court declares Alex Tyler winner. Supreme Court declares Alex Tyler winner. This is from the Newtown newspaper. Supreme Court declared Alex Tyler winner, orders NEC to immediately certificate him. Liberia Supreme Court has declared Bowman County Senator-elect J. Alex Tyler as the winner of the just ended senatorial race in the county. The former House Speaker won the 10 October 2023 senatorial election in Bowman County, but his rival challenged his election win through the legal process which ended at the nation's highest court. The court has also ordered the National Election Commission (NEC) with immediate effect to move with the certification of Mr. Tyler as winner of the senatorial seat in Bowman County. Tyler rather took legal issues with him and the NEC, requesting the highest court of the nation to examine the decision taken by the Electoral House declaring Tyler as winner. But delivering the Supreme Court's ruling Tuesday, 19 December 2023, Associate Justice Yusuf D. Kaba dismissed the appeal against Tyler's victory. The clerk of this court is ordered to inform the National Election Commission accordingly to proceed with the certification of J. Alex Tyler as the winner of the 2023 senatorial election held in Bowman County, Justice Kaba ruled. According to him, Section 6.7 of the new election law requires that the bill of exceptions be filed by the appellant with the clerk of the Supreme Court within 7 days after the decision of Board of Commissioners (BOC) of the National Election Commission, and a copy served on the declared winner and the NEC through its chairman. Justice Kaba noted that Section 6.1 of the new election law states that any political party or candidate shall have the right to file a complaint in a contested election. In this case, he said the complaints, Sombon Komen and Ernest Moraba are not a political party or candidates. He stated that they lack the capacity and standing to file the complaint without authorization from the candidate Soko Adam Dole, whom they claim to represent. So we now move to another headline. It says HPX US 37 million, a gesture of goodwill. The venture and the advance payment of US 37 million by HPX Group into the Liberian government's revenue account at the Central Bank of Liberia in December 2019 and March 2022 were a refundable gesture of goodwill, HPX Group said in a statement Tuesday, December 19. The government of Liberia and HPX Group subsidiaries Hanvold, Liberia, and SMFG entered into a framework agreement on 20 December 2019. It was subsequently amended on 30 March 2022. The purpose of the framework agreement was to set forth the framework for the negotiation of an agreement to secure sufficient rail and port infrastructure in the Yekepa-Bikana Rail and Port Corridor to be able to evacuate iron ore from HPX Guinea Nimba Iron Ore Project. The framework agreement, as amended, was announced publicly and received strong support from the government of Liberia. Since 2019, the source said HPX has continued to negotiate with the government of Liberia on terms and payments that will be payable to the government of Liberia once the final agreement is signed. The group argued that the framework agreement merely committed the parties to engage in good faith negotiation of a concession agreement on terms that would then provide access to government-owned rail and port infrastructure. It explained further that HPX Group agreed as a gesture of goodwill to make refundable advance payments to the government of Liberia at its official request of some anticipated fees and taxes that will be due to and payable to Liberia if and when a binding concession agreement came into force. If none did, it said these advance payments will be refundable to the HPX Group. So we now move over to Front Page Africa, but we will take a short break. When we get back, we'll fill you in from the Front Page Africa newspaper.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Courage. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa. and the women voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. Here with your presenter, Breckfin and Courage Fire. So we proceed with the Front Page Africa newspaper. I'm hoping that if you are unable to get the news every day, try and get a newspaper, read the news. If you are a student, it's good enough that you do that. If you are an adult and you are working, try to link with or online TV that bring to you this platform. And of course, you can still tune into Focal Online TV where we bring to you information related to our country like Burial on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. So of course this morning we administration has made significant progress on the RIA road. So let's see. This is from the Front Page Africa, says the Public Work Minister. We administration has made significant progress on RIA highway. So the news says during her routine inspection of the Roberts International Airport RIA highway road, Public Work Minister Ruth Collins stated that substantial work has been completed by the RIA administration, facilitating smoother transition for the upcoming government. President-elect Joseph Boakai is set to take office on January 22, 2024. Minister Collins assured that construction efforts nationwide will persist until the new leadership assumes office. The RIA Highway Road is a 5-year project with pavement for individual properties along the RIA corridor exceeding 90% as disclosed by the Ministry of Public Works. Addressing journalists during the construction site tour, Minister Collins commended President George Weah for the opportunity to serve as Minister of Public Works. This road project is still underway. We will continue our supervision, monitoring, and approval process until the inauguration, when a new minister is appointed and the new government assumes responsibilities. I am proud to be a part of this legacy project for President Weah, Minister Collins stated. The construction work on the road consists of 2 sections, with Section 1 starting from the RIA and Section 2 commencing from ELWA Junction. We have paved 5 kilometers on Section 2 and we are mobilizing equipment for the next phase, where we will cover an additional 10 kilometers of pavement. We aim to complete the initial 5 kilometers to facilitate unrestricted movement for our Liberian citizens, she explained. So with this being said or read out to you, we move over to Hot Pepper newspaper with just one top stories. From there, we will be closing for today on our news presentation. Hot Pepper newspaper says, as over 40 lawmakers gather to reaffirm their support to him, Kofi expresses trust in colleagues. Over 40 representatives recently gathered at the Roberts International Airport RIA to receive Deputy Speaker J. Fonati Kofi and reaffirm their commitment to his speakership election, Mercy M. Pangbe writes. Speaking to reporters at the RIA, Deputy Speaker Kofi stated that the presence of his colleagues at the airport clearly indicates that they have the numbers and so there is no need to be hiding from the public. He praised the group for revolutionizing the way in which speakers are chosen in the country, observing that there will be no more backroom deceptive deals. Someone standing with you publicly is more likely to see you privately. So these numbers here today clearly demonstrates the integrity and independent mindedness of the incoming 55 legislature, Deputy Speaker stated. I agree with this. My people are not agree with this. Let me say it in the bring with. The reason why I don't agree with what the speaker is saying, the incoming head of house is saying, is because Liberia, we always have this notion that politics is crowd. We have this crowd politics mindset. It happened again during the just ended election. Now speaker is saying because people attended that to hold him, to bring him home, to give him a welcome refreshment, meaning he has his people. I'm totally against this. Like when people can stay with you at the last minute, they can turn that food from you. They can take that food from you. Let us change that mindset, please. Speaker Kofa, Deputy Speaker Kofa, please change that mindset. If even you'll be elected as speaker, yes, but do not say because of the crowd. I will repeat that again and I will read that out for you to understand. He said, speaking to reporters at the RIA, Deputy Speaker Kofa stated that the presence of his colleagues at the airport clearly indicates that they have the numbers and so there is no need to be hiding from the public. He praised a group of revolutionizing the way in which speakers are chosen in the country, observing that there will be no more backroom deceptive deals. That's correct. Someone standing with you publicly is more likely to stand with you privately. So these numbers here today clearly demonstrate the integrity and independent mindedness of the incoming 55 legislature, Deputy Speaker stated. Deputy Speaker Kofa added that winning number of the speakership is 38, and anyone who arrives at 38 has votes. And his camp has more than 40 votes. Yeah, Nati? So this is from the Speaker of the House. Any other vote that comes from anywhere, regardless of how many alliances they have formed, can never reach 38. The most you will reach is 35. So we are not worried. We wish them good luck. This is a democratic process and we think everybody should practice. The more alliances, the better, Deputy Speaker Kofa added. This is our news for today, folks. See you today. It's Ladies' Night. So we hope you do avoid violence. Ladies, be careful out there as you go and chill. Don't forget today is the focal wometer. We're hoping that our system and our internet can flow fluently so that we can bring to you an interesting topic today on the issue of contraceptive. So we will greatly be talking about contraception and you will need to know the difference between contraceptive and contraception. So thanks for joining us. This is how I leave you. My name is Gertrude Courage Bar and I say bye bye.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world.